Hey everybody, today's golden nugget is going to be a keystroke that you can use in Word, and it is going to be used to keep words together on one line. If your phrase needs to break in half, it won't break in half. It'll either move the whole phrase to the next line, or if it can, it keeps the whole phrase on the next line. Let's see what I mean by that. So on our screen now, we've got a couple of situations here that aren't ideal. One of them is, please be sure to have all the finalized signed documents delivered by June 17th. I would really like June 17th, 2020 to all be on one line. So it'd be great if we could do it on the first line, but there's not enough room. So instead of playing with margins and that kind of thing, we're going to tell it to move June down. Now, a lot of people would just go in front of June and they would press enter. Well, in this case, we've got a number, and that's not very good. I'm going to undo that. You might know about shift enter. Well, shift enter will take it down a line and there's no number. Isn't that a neat thing? However, if we go up here and make a change, be really, really sure. You don't want that. You're gonna have to move things around, and that's really quite icky, isn't it? So what we're going to do instead is we are going to first turn on this guy up here, is our show hide button. And then you can see here, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see that we know that there's spaces between words. No big deal. Here's that enter that I was talking about. Shift enter shows up like this. That's what gives me the new line without giving me a new number. I've got it on a whole bunch of these things. I could have used the before and after spacing, but I chose to use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up by June and in front of the space, and I'm going to press delete. Now that's not nice. Yes, it's nice on one line, but I want some kind of a space there. So what I'm going to do instead of space, I'm going to take 3 fingers and I'm going to go Control Shift Space. This gives me a little round circle that indicates that it's a non-breaking space. I've also heard it referred to as a hard space. So I would like to do that there. That will keep June 17th together all the time. And where else should I do it? I think I'd like to do it here as well, because if something came up that I'm going to delete, be sure, watch what happens. June 17th, hey, I can fit June 17th up there now, but wouldn't I want the 2020 to go up there as well? Of course I would. So I'm going to Control Z, delete that, and then I'll try it again in a minute. I'm going to go in front of the space. I'm going to press delete. I'm going to go Control Shift Space. Now, it's almost like I've glued those 3 pieces of text together. June, space, 17, space, comma, space, 2020. So now if I go up here and I delete, at some point, that whole big chunk is going to move up there if there's room. There you go. So now there's room for it all. It all moves up. If I change my mind, please have, right, whatever, change my mind, it all moves up. So think about that for some of the other things as well. I've got another scenario on point number 5. Click on the table and press the F9 key. Maybe I'd like it to say F9 key altogether. So I'm going to go delete. I'm going to go Control Shift Space. Now that will stay together all the time. So you can also do that with hyphens. So I'm going to get rid of the space. Just going to put a normal space back in there. F9 goes back up there. What if we had wanted a hyphen instead of the space? So F9, there's a space, I'm going to delete it. Now, if I just put a normal hyphen, it appears to keep it together. But if I go up and I start to make room for it, I just deleted 1 letter, it goes up again. So it's the same kind of thing. So I'm going to delete the hyphen. I'm behind it this time, so I'm going to use backspace. And this time I'm going to go Control Shift hyphen. Now, did it look a little different? That's the Control Shift hyphen, or a non-breaking hyphen, a hard hyphen. And this one was just a normal hyphen. So the normal hyphen's kind of fat and short, and the hard hyphen is skinnier. I think it's a little bit longer as well. So now it doesn't matter what we do up here. I was going to just delete the word wish. It won't move it up there until there's room. So other things that you could do, hyphenated names, hyphenated words. If it said to-hour, to Control Shift hyphen hour. And for the spaces, some other examples might be a postal code, a phone number. Phone number could be with the hyphen as well. You don't want the area code at the end of one line and then at the beginning of the next line, the remainder of the phone number. So names, you might not want it to say Mr. Smith. You might not want it to say Mary space Ann space Smith. You might want that whole thing together, or even just the Mary Ann part together because it's kind of one name. Maybe it's hyphenated. So please remember Control Shift hyphen and Control Shift space whenever you're typing something like a date or something that you really, really, really want to all keep together. Thanks for watching.